Tank Davis daring.
Down. They're going to call out a knockdown.
Down goes his man.
Exceptional experience. This is Pacquiao.
Instead of
That one wasn't the best. To talk about this, but it's because of Pedraza's.
You know, Davis landing some sharp shots.
Davis tags the body with the right. Beginning of round 9 in Rafid as they watch Davis.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the State Farm Arena here in Atlanta, Georgia.
40-year-old Manny Pacquiao, the 8th Division World Champion, only 8th Division champ in boxing history.
And I'll say, Senator, he is hiding out of it, proudly representing the Samandawi Redwoods in the Philippines. He weighed in the same as his opponent.
Official weight 145 3/4 pounds. His professional record, 50 victories, including 38 knockouts, with 3 defeats and 2 draws. Gervonta, Sarangani Province, the former lightweight world champion, former super bantamweight world champion, former featherweight world champion, former super featherweight world champion, former lightweight world champion, former light welterweight world champion, and reigning, defending WBO welterweight champion of the world,
Manny Pacquiao! Ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Atlanta, Georgia, it's showtime! Introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner tonight, seeking his 3rd Division World title. Wearing white trunks with yellow and silver trim, the young star of boxing from Baltimore, and representing his adopted home of Atlanta, Georgia. He weighed in at 139 3/4 pounds with a sensational record of 24 wins, no losses. He has 23 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here's the popular and acclaimed 3-time 2-division world champion, the hard-hitting, current and undefeated WBA super featherweight and WBA lightweight champion of the world, introducing Gervonta.
Any possibility that you would go back in the ring and fight someone like a Tank Davis?
If you want, then if you come up to 147, then we can fight.
He can't meet you at 140?
145 maybe.
Oh, wow. So this is big news. You're willing to do a catchweight fight with Tank at 145?
145.
What happens? You have a lot of experience, but he's explosive. What would happen in that fight?
Oh, that's not a problem for me, because I'm experienced fighter. So.
Two southpaws from different generations collide in a matchup that feels almost cinematic. When 8th Division World Champion Manny Pacquiao steps into the ring, he brings blinding speed, relentless angles, and a pace that has overwhelmed elite fighters for years. Standing opposite him is one of the most dangerous punchers of the modern era, Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a calculated finisher whose power can end a fight in a single moment. This is not just a contest of skill. It is experience versus explosive knockout force, where one clean connection could instantly change everything. Manny Pacquiao built his legendary career on controlled chaos. His in-and-out movement, rapid-fire combinations, and fearless aggression allowed him to attack from angles most opponents rarely see. As a southpaw, he steps outside the lead foot, fires sharp combinations, and exits before counters arrive. His punch volume alone has forced world champions into survival mode. What made Pacquiao special was not only his speed, but his ability to sustain that speed over multiple rounds while applying non-stop pressure. However, that aggressive rhythm carries calculated risks. During exchanges, brief openings appear. His defense relies heavily on movement rather than a tight guard, meaning a perfectly timed counter can land cleanly as he steps in. That is exactly where Gervonta Davis becomes extremely dangerous. Tank does not depend on high output. He depends on precision and patience. He studies opponents carefully, round after round, identifying patterns, habits, and defensive lapses. Once he finds the opening, the outcome can change instantly. His left hand is one of the most devastating weapons in boxing today, especially when delivered as a counter. His body shots are equally destructive, quietly draining opponents before the final blow arrives upstairs. Unlike reckless power punchers, Davis remains calm under pressure. He is comfortable giving away early rounds if it helps him gather the information he needs. At its core, this is a classic speed versus power matchup. Pacquiao aims to control the tempo by winning minutes with movement, angles, and relentless activity. Davis aims to win seconds by capitalizing on a single mistake. Early rounds would likely favor Pacquiao. His footwork would force Davis to reset repeatedly as combinations come in quick bursts. Judges often reward activity, and Pacquiao's fast starts could build an early lead. But as the fight progresses into the middle rounds, the danger level rises significantly. Davis would begin timing Pacquiao's entries more accurately. Subtle ring cutting would reduce space. Body shots would start to slow Pacquiao's explosiveness just enough to narrow the margin for error. Even if Pacquiao continues landing in volume, Davis's punches would carry heavier impact. Momentum could quietly shift with each clean counter. Every Pacquiao attack would bring increasing risk, especially if he exits in straight lines or pauses after combinations. In the championship rounds, conditioning and discipline become decisive factors. If Pacquiao maintains lateral movement, avoids predictable exits, and sustains his punch output, he could secure a decision through sheer activity and ring control. However, if Davis lands one perfectly timed left hand as Pacquiao steps forward, the fight could end instantly. Davis only needs one moment of clarity. Pacquiao needs consistency for 12 rounds. Beyond physical tools, this matchup is also a mental chess match. Pacquiao thrives in high-paced exchanges fueled by momentum and crowd energy. The faster and more chaotic the fight becomes, the more dangerous he is. Davis prefers a measured rhythm. He slows the tempo, sets traps, and waits for overcommitment. That contrast in mentality shapes every round and explains why this clash is so compelling. Ring positioning would play a major role. Pacquiao is most effective in open space where he can dart in and out freely. Davis excels at subtly cutting off the ring, guiding opponents toward corners without obvious pursuit. If Davis limits lateral movement and forces exchanges near the ropes, his power becomes significantly more threatening. Stamina also adds intrigue. Prime Pacquiao was known for maintaining a relentless pace deep into fights. Davis relies more on explosive bursts, but his efficiency allows him to conserve energy for decisive moments. Judging could create tension as well. Pacquiao's activity and movement often score well, especially in early rounds. Davis's cleaner, harder punches may come less frequently but leave a visible impression. This creates a scenario where Pacquiao could be ahead on points while Davis remains one punch away from victory. Ultimately, this fight does not offer a dull outcome. If Pacquiao wins, it happens through relentless pressure, superior footwork, and overwhelming volume that neutralizes Davis's timing. If Davis wins, it comes through patience, precision, and fight-ending power that punishes the smallest mistake. Speed can dominate rounds. Power can erase them. Timing decides history. So who wins this generational showdown? Legendary speed and experience, or calculated knockout power and modern dominance? Drop your prediction in the comments and let the debate begin. And if you love elite boxing breakdowns and mega fight simulations, make sure you subscribe to Pro Ring TV for more explosive analysis and upcoming super fights. The next big showdown is already on the horizon.